Talk a little about the customization options and how people can kind of upgrade as they play through.
Yeah, we have the system that we have in the game called the Helix system. So every time you level up in game, starting at level 1, you get to choose between 2 different ways you customize abilities, and those are usually more than just health or shields or damage. I mean, sometimes they're really different. I love to go to the example with Marquis right now. Marquis is kind of our gentleman robot sniper. He's this robotic kind of butler-looking guy that has a sniper rifle. One of his abilities, he pulls off his hat and a little owl pops out. And the owl can be sent out to the battlefield to function as sort of a mine. It traps an area. It's really great for a sniper to know that something's watching his back. You can take different augmentations on that helix to change that behavior of the owl quite significantly. For example, you can make the owl invisible, which is really bad for an enemy that's trying to sneak up on you. You can make the owl shoot laser beams out of its eyes, so as the enemy draws in close, it actually starts doing damage from a little bit further away and then explodes. Another ability lets you put out 3 owls at a time, which lets you space those owls around and set multiple traps around the battlefield. So that's just one of the examples. Every character has within really distinct and different examples of ways they mix up both the play of the character and what their abilities to do. So there's a lot of room to explore some different preferences of builds and even adapt your build just to the combat situation you have either in that cooperative mission or against a different team of enemies in a competitive match.
Can you talk about the bad guys and what you're throwing at players as you play through?
Well, sure. I mean, when you play competitive, of course, you're fighting other Battleborn. These guys fight all the time on the side, so you'll see different mixes. We aren't restricting players in any way that way, so that's always keeping it fresh there. In cooperative and story, it's the last star at the end of the universe, and we have this foe, the Varelsi, who've come from the universe and have stolen and darkened all of the other stars away from us in the universe. So these black, mysterious beings that pop in and play through portals. And you even have, like the Varelsi Conservator you saw in the demo today, who summons more portals and more Varelsi come in. So we're next gen. We're exploring what we can do to put piles of enemies on you and also some really big, great boss enemies. A Thrall Ascendant is one that you saw today that puts down a pillar. Again, summons more enemies, but he's got shields and health and different ways to fight. He does big waved combats and all of that. So we're mixing up. We've got some others. I don't want to spoil them all right now, but we're looking for mixes of numbers of enemies, big enemies, and we want to be sure that we capture some of that great boss fight idea like we had in Borderlands and you've seen in other games. So big enemies, small enemies, a lot of different ways to play, and hopefully ways that really challenge you. Enemies that fly, enemies that run. We made, I think, over 1,000 different enemies in Borderlands 2 and the expansions and all of that when you look at all the variants of enemies, and we're trying to explore a similar depth with Battleborn and giving you these Battleborn a lot of different ways to test themselves in combat.
Thought about esports at all, given the fighting aspects, the shooting aspects, and the 5-on-5 gameplay?
Oh yeah, sure. We would love to do that. I mean, our goal right now is just to make the best balanced competitive multiplayer game that we can and cooperative game that we can and make these Battleborn fun to play. Esports is a thing that's, man, it's hard to predict and get into. If we can go there with that and people love it and want us to go there, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see Battleborn go there.
Have you guys had people play in those kinds of environments yet? Because the whole esports aspect of Evolve came from just letting people play it at different shows.
Sure. Not at a big show yet. I mean, at the event that we're doing here and then the E3, the first time that we've had any people with hands-on. We've been doing some testing in the house and have brought some focus testers in to look at it, so we've seen people playing. And we play every day at Gearbox in a 5v5 environment, and recently as 5 players taking on the competitive mission that you guys saw today, To the Edge of the Void. So we play all the time, and we're definitely looking at that. We're definitely investing in systems and tools to be sure the game is as balanced as possible in the back end. I can't wait to get it to the point that we can try some of the things like Evolve and other games have done with getting it out and doing some of the big events, bringing teams in, having people come in and compete. It's a lot of fun to play.
Cool.